Hey, hi, how you doing? This is Ryan, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. Now, I know this isn't a new thing, I know this has been around for years, but lately I've been seeing some prominent gaming content creators, both big and small, of various sizes, really, promoting this very toxic, very irrational perspective that casual gamers and casual video games are some sort of plague that are negatively affecting the whole industry? Ugh, it's gross. It's gross that there's surprisingly a shocking amount of people who share this mindset. So let's just break it down why the demonization of casual gamers and casual video games is fucking stupid. And why don't we start off swinging? This perspective, this mindset, is bigoted. Genuinely bigoted. I'm not being hyperbolic. I really mean the dictionary definition of bigoted. Obstinately or unreasonably attached to a belief, opinion, or faction, in particular prejudiced against or antagonistic towards a person or people on the basis of their membership of a particular group. When you hear folks online say, oh, that person's a casual gamer, all this game is for casuals, it's meant to be demeaning. Like intentionally developing a casual video game or being a casual gamer is somehow lesser than a hardcore gamer, a hardcore video game meant for real gamers, not those casuals. It's the implication that hardcore is superior to casual, that casual is bad while hardcore is good. All of this based on totally subjective parameters. Projecting your personal preferences as objective quality. Please don't tell me I need to explain why that's self-evidently closed-minded. It's pretentious, egomaniacal even. Worst yet, all this hostility and anger over fucking video games? Really? Hell, even worse. Not just over video games, over people playing and enjoying video games, over video game developers making games they want to make the way they want to make them, perhaps intentionally making them for a specific demographic. Imagine being so closed-minded and emotionally fragile that bothers you. It's quite disturbing, actually, that there are some folks that need to have this explained to them. That not everyone shares your personal preferences, and that your personal preferences are not absolute. God, man, Jesus Christ. This is kindergarten philosophy here. Yet I see so much petty, irrational hostility and bigotry from fully grown adults towards other adults just minding their own business, living their lives, playing the games they want to play, and developing the games they want to develop. There is no universal right way to play video games. There is no universal right way to enjoy video games. There is no universal right way to develop video games. Yet there are disturbingly quite a few online so full of avarice and pride that they truly believe that their feelings, that their desires overshadow and take precedence over everyone else's. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. I know what some of you are going to say. Well, unfortunately, that's just human nature, Ryan. Oh, yes, I know, but I would be more understanding. I wouldn't be as appalled by this if we were talking about politics. This sort of behavior, this sort of mindset, this sort of perspective is right at home in the political sphere. But we're talking about video games here, which is why I'm so perplexed and disturbed by this. Petty tribalism is already rampant in the video game community with these stupid console wars and console fanboys. American political extremists from both the right and the left trying to hijack various narratives, topics, and communities within gaming. All of that petty tribalism is bad enough. We don't need this casual versus hardcore bullshit on top of it all. So what if some video games are easy or simple or linear? Nobody gives a shit. Normal, reasonable people don't give a shit. People who aren't emotionally fragile man-children don't give a shit. No one is forcing you to play these video games that you believe to be too easy, too simple, too linear, too casual. And there is nothing objectively wrong with a video game being easy, simple, linear, or casual. It's all about the execution of these elements, not their mere existence, which makes them good or bad. I can't believe that this needs to be said, that this needs to be explained to some folks, but fun is subjective. It is wholly subjective. You cannot objectively quantify something being fun. Fun is wholly subjective and personal. If we're talking about actual quality, on the other hand, well, that is objective. That's something we can debate about. That's something we can have a fruitful, productive conversation on. But if you start talking about what you find fun, what you find enjoyable, we have moved out of the realm of what is good and bad, what is right and wrong. I don't care about, and it doesn't matter how passionately you feel about your preferences or how much you want to fight for them. Cringe. Bleh. Your feelings aren't going to magically materialize into facts if you rant about and act like an asshole on the internet hard enough. If you want to have an actual debate about the objective facts, about the quality of video games, the state of the industry, let's have at it. But if your stance is casual gamers are bad and stupid, casual video games are bad and stupid, hardcore gaming is the only way to go, well, shut the fuck up. You're a child. You have nothing of value to contribute. Casual gamers and casual video games are so important for a healthy community and a healthy industry. Video games designed for a casual audience act as an excellent gateway for those uninitiated with video games or getting into gaming for the very first time. A stepping stone on the way to trying out some of the classics, more particular titles, more engaging titles. Casual gamers make up the bulk of multiplayer player populations, especially in the early days of a new multiplayer game. Casual gamers are a massive financial boon for the industry. You know all those record-breaking sales numbers you see your favorite video game franchises making? That's thanks to casual gamers. Now I know this next point is a fairly bit subjective, but I think it's a reasonable assumption to make that most people will agree with me when I say it's nice to just play a casual video game every once in a while. A game that doesn't demand 100% of your attention, where you get some straightforward satisfaction without too much effort demanded of the player. Is that really so horrible? Is that such a travesty? Such a slight, such an insult? Imagine for a moment if we applied this hardcore gamer mindset to other facets of life. Oh my God, you filthy casuals! You're just throwing a football back and forth to one another? That's not real football! You're just a bunch of filthy casuals. Oh my lord, you're drinking Diet Pepsi instead of regular old Pepsi? Oh, filthy casual. Sacre bleu, monsieur, you watch cartoons with a realistic cartoon art style instead of a modern cartoon art style? I cannot be associated with you, you are a casual. Do you see how ridiculous this all fucking sounds? It's just as ridiculous when applied to video games. Please stop making excuses for this mindset. It's toxic, it's reductive, it's irrational. And like I said at the beginning of this video, it's bigoted. Why should everyone else who plays video games besides you placate you? Why should all video game developers make video games to placate only you? There is nothing objectively wrong with playing and making video games that are easy, that are simple, that are linear, that are casual. Fun is subjective. Get your heads out of your asses and grow up. So that's where the script of this video ends. That's where I stopped writing for this video. But now I'm gonna go off on a bit of an unscripted tangent, if you don't mind. Why are there so many gamers? Why are there so many adults that think that fun can be quantified? That fun can be in any way objective? It's absurd! And this is coming from me. I'm an advocate for having debates and discussions about objective quality within video games. Contemplating on the nitty-gritty details about what makes a video game objectively good or objectively bad. They're healthy, productive conversations that we should all be having. But when your arguments all fucking boil down to video games should be challenging, video games should always be challenging. If they're not challenging the player, then they're not fun and they're not good. That's so closed-minded, selfish, and reductive. If we follow that train of logic, you're basically saying we can't have narrative-focused games. We can't have games made for children, even. If the game's not kicking your ass, punishing your every mistake, having you in fear of a constantly looming fail state, then bad game, not fun, shouldn't have been made. Oh my Christ. Man, children. Video games are so much more than solely a challenge. For Christ's sakes, they're an art form. They shouldn't limit themselves to a singular precedent, to a singular design. They should be diverse, experimental, appeal to a wide range of audiences. Imagine all of the great, phenomenal phenomenal video games we would have missed out on if video game developers made games to solely appeal to the hardcore gamers. You bet your ass some of your personal favorites and some of the most beloved video games of all time would not exist today. You would have never have gotten to play them. There is nothing wrong with casual gamers. There's nothing wrong with playing casual video games. There's nothing wrong with developing casual video games. Stop demonizing them. Anyways, that's been a video. Thank you for watching. I hope you got some entertainment out of this. If you liked the video in any way, shape, or form, please be sure to hit the like button. Please leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions. If you want to help out and support this video, then please share it on social media, Twitter, Reddit, and Facebook. And if you want to help out and support me directly, there are links to my Patreon and my Ko-fi in the description down below. Anyways, that's been a video, and I'll see you all later.